Well, we just saw the so-called pan de azúcar pyramid, the loaf of bread, the sugar bread pyramid, which is a step pyramid that is about 2,000 years old, as far as I know. It was from the Lima culture, much before the Incas, 1,500 years before the Incas, at least. Lima has many of these Wakas. We call them Waka in the Quechua language means place of power. Inside the pyramid they found a woman with a 2-meter long hair, and we think she was venerated as a shaman. Well, my name is Giorgio Piacenza. I was born in this beautiful district of Miraflores in Lima, Peru. We are facing the Pacific Ocean, and I've been in UFO researcher since 1974. I'm 60 years old now. Well, when I was in school, I asked myself, why are people so conflictive with each other? We are always on a state of almost war, Russia, Chile, United States, this and that. So I wonder what was human nature like, what was the problem with humanity. I started asking these questions, and I got initiated. I was at the age of 11. A teacher came to my house and showed me an Indian meditation group, which I escaped from my house, and I went and I was initiated in a meditation group. This meditation gave me access to some unity experiences. Truth, love, goodness, and power. Power to create was what I experienced, an expansive state of awareness. And it was a bit too much for an 11-year-old to completely surrender to the unity awareness. So I said, no, I'm gonna wait until I'm a little bit older and continue with this. At that point, my cousin Sandro Barquita calls me over the phone. He says, Giorgio, my father is communicating with extraterrestrials. You have to come to see this. So I bicycled to his house, and he showed me large craft papers with letters of this size, 10 centimeters, 20 centimeter letters. Okay, the letters were this size, and the letters wrote, and they said, I am Roel II, commander of an intraterrestrial submarine base south of Lima in the town of Chilca. We would like to make contact with you. Oh my, I said, this is incredible. Okay, so one day my uncle Tadeo Barquita invited us to a programmed sighting. In the middle of the beach of Chilca, we were about 10 persons, family and friends. A lens-shaped craft came out of the water. That was already 1975. It came out of the water. It was about 42 feet in diameter, lens-shaped, glowing white, creating a reflection on the water. And I said, okay, that has been verified. This is real. My uncle is actually communicating with an intelligence, and we made an appointment, and it's working. Maybe these people know why we are so violent, conflicted, and all of this. Maybe we should try to dialogue with them to understand ourselves better. So I started researching UFO contact. Peaceful, friendly. We knew that they were friends because they had been helping my uncle to heal heal other people that were sick in the hospital. They taught him how to make hand imposition, transmit energy, and help people. So I thought that they were very good people, these extraterrestrials. Okay, no fear, especially after the mystical experience of 2 years before. This was peaceful and normal part of existence, just other beings that are intelligent, like we are intelligent, part of God's creation, not superior to fear or anything like this. Couple of years ago, Roger Lear, Dr. Roger Lear, who researches implants, allegedly detected 3 implants in me. Okay, here, and in the back of the head, in the neck. And I asked this assistant of Roger Lear to help me, because I had been hearing like high-pitched tones, and after that usually got inspired to write. Is the 3-finger mummies from Nazca. I'm trying to help the professors, connecting them with other professors in the United States, and that's what we need. We need more help, not criticism. Oh, that's obviously fake. No, scientists have to develop a true scientific attitude, because several scientists have already seen that the teguments, the ligaments, the fleshy part, the soft tissue seems to be connected continuously. So in a dry mummy, how can you cut and paste parts of animals and humans and connect the tissues? So more research has to be done. That's very important. We need a better tomography, we need a cell analysis, we need genetic analysis, we need even physical analysis, because some of these alleged unknown mummies, okay, and I say alleged because I don't say, oh, these are extraterrestrials, or these are this or that. No, we just have to study first. Well, some of them have this plate on the chest, like implants. And with the high quality tomographies, they have found core. Inside the metal, there is another metal, which is 10,000 Hauser units or more, which is very hard inside the metal. Outside, it's normal tubago, metallic, from the ancient people, pre-Hispanic people. But apparently, inside that metal, there is another metal. So that has to be researched, and the University of Engineering, Universidad de Ingeniería, la UNI, Universidad Nacional de Ingeniería, they are interested in doing this research. If this is verified that this is an unknown technology, maybe nanotechnology, who knows, this is going to be an important news for humanity. Just like we now know that the United States has verified that UFOs are real, officially verified that they are real, if we verify that these mummies are of an unknown genus, family, species that doesn't relate with any other species on the planet, that's going to be a very important find. I'm here next to the Pedro Paulet Memorial statue in a park in the district of Miraflores in Lima, Peru. It's little known, but Werner von Braun recognized Paulet in one of his writings, and I went actually to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum a few years ago because I had found out there were diagrams of Mr. Paulet. He was a scientist, a chemist. He experimented with explosives. And in these diagrams, you can see the first rocket engine, the first workable rocket engine that combines oxidizers with fuel in a way that is a controlled explosion. Even before the Russians, I think it's called Tsiolkovsky, and before Goddard in the United States, the Aeronautical Museum of the Air Force in Peru keeps these diagrams. Interestingly, also they keep a prototype of this engine that is the basic concept for the rockets that go to the moon, that went to the moon, etc. Okay, and this was a Peruvian inventor that was born in Arequipa, Peru, and in the year 1900 he was already devising these ideas. Okay, here, if you can focus on this shape, this is a design of an alleged flying craft that he designed with the rockets, right? But it looks like a saucer-shaped craft. This is 1905. Sorry, 1902. This is dated 1902. So what happened? Could it be that it was just a design from his imagination? It could have never flown because the shape is not aerodynamical enough? Or could it be that he saw a UFO back then, in the beginning of the 20th century, and then he added the rockets with which something like this could have flown? Here we see more like a delta-shaped craft. This is 1902. So this is something that has to be known in the history books. Has to be known in the aeronautical history, scientific history. And his diagrams are still preserved in the Aeronautical Museum of the Air Force in Peru. So they should be analyzed and dated carefully to verify all these claims. But they seem to be actually true. They seem to be actually true. There were newspaper clippings back in that era that mentioned his inventions, that mentioned that he developed the first rocket engine, and so on and so forth. This is important for the history of ufology and for the history of rocketry. And it should be recognized in the Air and Space Museum of the Smithsonian Foundation. Well, the most important thing that we have learned from the contact experiences in Peru is that most of the contact experiences seem to be benevolent and productive and constructive. That they are not going to give us the answers to how to live our lives in this planet, but they can inspire us. That it is important to contact them because we can compare our civilization with their civilization, how they solve their own problems. We can evolve our consciousness in this way, and that we should not fear making contact. Most of the contact experiences that I was involved in researching with the Free Foundation, the Edgar Mitchell Foundation for Research on Extraterrestrial and Extraordinary Encounters, we researched 3,200 or more cases around the world from 100 countries. They were benevolent, they were peaceful, they were friendly, and people's life improved. They became more humanitarian, more ecological, more patient, more tolerant, less fanatical, and more spiritual. And this is something good. There were many healings. And this is something I would like to say, because right now when the United States is revealing that the UFOs are real, that they are of an unknown advanced technology, they also emphasize a lot the negative side. When pilots approach these objects, they were hurt in their brain, for example. But from our experience and from that survey, the free survey that I mentioned, most of the experiences are positive, are healing, are transformative in a positive way. So we should actually welcome them. And this information, the good side should be balanced and not just mention the bad side. I'm a part of the Edgar Mitchell Foundation for Research on Extraterrestrial Encounters and all this, which now is called the Consciousness and Contact Research Institute. We are going to publish a book of many authors that have researched the paranormal, near-death experiences, transformative near-death experiences, out-of-body, all other forms of contact. This book is going to be titled a greater reality, and will be published and sold also in Amazon and other venues, and it's about 1,000 pages. I have been invited to provide some insights also. I have 2 chapters there regarding the science and metaphysics, how these 2 areas of knowledge may combine, because these contact experiences seem to follow similar rules, patterns, principles, and physics that relate to consciousness. And therefore we need to study a new understanding of reality. So this is what the book is about, in order to expand science, expand the culture and humanity to prepare for contact and growing up to protect our planet.